Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Nonna, and this is Conversations with Nonna, where we talk about self-love, passion living, and legacy building. Today, I'm about to do the Remember Who You Are card reading of the day. Thank you for visiting the channel, watching, participating, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. I do hope that they do make a difference in your life. If they do make a difference in your life, please do let me know. And if you have any suggestions on what you'd like me to talk about in the channel, drop me a mail. The details are in the description box below. Okay, so let's get shuffling. Okay, so I've pulled out the other cards that we have covered already so that they do not come up in the shuffle. The intention is to actually be able to talk about all these cards that are in the Remember Who You Are card deck. The deck is based on the Being Me Passion Journal, the themes that are covered in the journal. Okay, on shuffle 5. Okay, 5, sharp. Build authentic confidence. That is the card of the day. I'm starting to believe that these cards tend to read on my energies, I promise you, because every time I think of something, when I do the shuffle, I usually don't look at the cards. I try and just do it without really looking. But the card that comes up is the card that I've been thinking about, or the topic I've been thinking about. In this particular instance, I was thinking about authenticity and about confidence. All right, remember who you are, build authentic confidence. What is authentic confidence? Well, I would like to say authentic confidence is a combination of authenticity and confidence in your authentic self, right? Authenticity being your realist self, the person that you are naturally without being influenced by the environment, or without, what we don't realize in life is that we tend to play roles. We tend to be actors in our lives. When you're at work, you're expected to be this person, behave in a certain way, and that becomes your identity at work. When you're at church, when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, those are all roles that we take on societally because they're required of us in order for us to fit in to the environment in which we are in. So now when we're talking about authenticity, we're talking about the realist, untainted self, the self that is unconscious, the self that comes up when you're not being an actor, the self that you automatically by default become when you're not being prompted to become a certain person. If I were to make an example, right, of authenticity, the example that comes to mind is when you're at school. Okay, actually, now I'll make an example with what I was thinking to myself during the day when I was thinking about authenticity. I grew up in my current town. That's where I am now. I moved back to my hometown in 2020. I grew up here. My family is quite prominent from both sides, so we are quite well known in the area. I would safely say that growing up, I was a shy kid. I wasn't extremely shy, but I was a loner. I was shy. I didn't speak much. I didn't participate in a lot of things except where I'm prompted to participate. I I was the black sheep of the family, if you may call it that. And what surprised me the most was the fact that the minute I moved away, the first time I moved away was when I went to boarding school. Then my personality started showing up, I started getting into trouble for things like having too much fun and being rebellious in my ways of doing, you know. And then I moved on to tertiary in the beachy Durban. And I think that's where I started. I remember the first experience I remember when I moved to Devon, I was at the bus stop waiting for a bus, and there was a car that came by and kind of stopped for me, wanting to give me a lift. It was a white man, and he was so fascinated with me. This fascination had been going around the res as well. You look so great, you're so slim, how do you do it, you look so beautiful. The first thing was the fact that I think it was the first time I had a realization that I'm beautiful, because in my hometown I wasn't beautiful, because beauty is not defined by the way I am, tall, slim, light skinned, and all that. Beauty where I am is you need to be chubby, you need to be full, you need to be chocolate, you need to be, you know, which I wasn't, of course. So I wasn't beautiful in my town, and then I came to Devon and I was beautiful. And well, it took me time to actually get used to the fact that I'm beautiful as a woman to begin with. Can you believe that? Fast forward, now I'm growing up. I moved to Johannesburg. I'm now independent financially and otherwise, and now I'm free to do as I please. And I think that's when my authentic stuff started showing up. I remember that the friends that I had when I first moved into the city, and the friends that I ended up having and kept for many, many years afterwards, um, uh, let's say like 3, 5 years after having moved, were completely different. Why? Because the first set of friends was like the default friend group wherein you're new in town, these are the people that you meet, you become friends, and so. And then as time went by and I started discovering who I really truly am, the hippie, gypsy, um a spiritual, conscious woman that I am, I really am that person. My friend group changed. We didn't have fights or anything with the other friends. I just started hanging out more with new friends, the one that resonated more with my belief systems, with my way of thinking, my way of doing things, you know. So it's important to be able to build confidence in that authentic self. For me, I found that authenticity through moving away from my place of birth to a place where I was unknown. So there was no prior reference of who I need to be. I could be anybody, and I chose to be me, right? Fast forward now, I'm back in my hometown, and I think for the first year, I hardly left home, except if I'm going to town to get supplies or anything. It took me a long time to get used to the people around, and I would safely say I still don't have a friend. I still haven't found that soul tribe, the people that I resonate with. And all of a sudden, I'm faced with those situations again that are saying, you are not beautiful because you are not chubby, you're not plumpy, you're not chocolate skinned. But now the thing is, I've built up this confidence in my being this person that I am, you know, and in me having that confidence with the person that I am now, I do come across environments wherein that is being challenged as it's um, societally unacceptable, right? However, it doesn't concern me anymore because I've matured in my authenticity and I'm confident in myself. So I guess as this card comes up, I'd like to encourage you to build that confidence in yourself. When I think back, if I had not left town, if I'd lived here my whole life, I probably would have never really realized who I am, because I would have been compelled to comply with the societal expectations of who I ought to be, right? Sometimes the environment can force us into um, that corner where you can't be your authentic self. However, I'd like to encourage you now to going out there and explore who are you really when you're not being the person that you're being dictated to. You know, would you be this person? This is how you need to be. This is, when you're just being yourself, your realist, authentic self that is not trying to please other people. Who are you? Do you know that person? Have you met her? Do you love her? Do you think she is dope? You know, it's good to be confident because confidence is the primary ingredient for success. If you're confident, chances are you will approach any situation or any task or any action with a vigor that will propel it into a success. Don't play on your confidence, build on it. And if you want to really succeed, you have to be authentic. You have to be real to you. Forget about who other people want you to be, who you need to be. You need to be yourself and be confident in that. Because you are wonderfully made in God's image. You are great. You are unique. You have a unique blend of skills and talents that make you shine. The way you do things is not like other people, and it shouldn't be because it's you, and that is enough. All right, if you resonate with this message and you feel that you'd like to share with your friends, colleagues, please do so. Subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to donate in order to grow the channel, there's a buy me a coffee link in the description box below. You can donate as little as $5. And also, if you'd like to order your copy of the Being Me Passion Journal, please go ahead and send me an email and pre-order. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day, evening, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, my lovelies.